Okay, hey guys, we are live again. I'm super excited. Today is one of those days where we get to do something new and fresh. My listen, I always talk about how amazing my clients, my partners are. I talk about the business journeys and the behind the scenes. I talk about it. But today we're going to show you guys what these business journeys actually look like for a lot of us. And I have two special guests today that I want you to hear from about 10 minutes of their hot seat, hey, tell my business journey. And I want them to talk to you about, where they are in their business. These are real time stories, right? And journeys that we're taking in business. And so you never know who's listening and you never know who can connect with you and provide resources and who can benefit from hearing and experiencing your journey. So this is what we're doing today. I'm Allegra, the marketing medulla. I'm a business coach and marketing strategist. Been an entrepreneur for so many years, I can't count anymore. And I really have a passion for women entrepreneurs, especially making sure that they start, grow, and scale their businesses. I do work with high-level entrepreneurs. We are very high achievers. We have high expectations, which means that there's a lot that comes along with that: procrastination, people pleasing, and just kind of like getting in our own way sometimes. But we provide solutions here at AJCEO Business Coaching Group to make sure that those things don't get in the way and that we're steered in the right direction. I'm really excited. I do have two guests here. The first guest that I have is Dr. Al Clausen. If you guys have never seen him on my stage and you're not watching hard enough, Dr. Al has been amazing at even having me as a beta tester in his spaces. I tend to be beta testers for a lot of my clients, actually, but it's important to support that measure. And I love what he has taught me. And I will actually share something today after he shares his business journey, kind of like a product feature that will show you guys exactly why I love what Dr. Al does. So, Dr. Al, I'm going to invite you up here. Let's get you up. Hello.
Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. I have to get us a little background here. It's a
Okay.
little dark back there.
Okay. Well.
No, the black screen in the background
Okay.
behind the
Okay.
camera.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking I don't have much more as far as lighting options until the sun come up so a little more. So
Yeah. What time is it over there?
it is 7:17
Wow.
a.m.
Yeah, it's only 9:17 over here.
Yeah. Yeah. So little sleepy yet, but that's okay.
Well, it's okay. We know that the early bird gets the worm, isn't that what they say? Right? You get up
Yeah.
early before the day starts, and you're already done before people are even started.
Yeah. I've heard that rumor. So I think we're in good shape.
Okay, well, what I want you to do today is just share about 10 minutes. Well, it doesn't have to be that long, but we're giving space for you to share your business journey. And I would like you to just kind of talk about the things that you've gone through, challenges, and how you've overcome those challenges. And I also would like you to just give people your experience. I know recently you did one of your first vending events, and I know that was pretty exciting. Some people take it for granted, but I said one thing in the meeting I think we had was like celebrate every little thing, because if you don't, sometimes you'll overlook the success, right?
Hmm.
Go ahead. I would love for you to introduce yourself and then start sharing, whatever comes to mind for you for your business journey.
Okay, well, my name is Al Clausen, otherwise known as Dr. Al, and I come to you from the Treasure State of Montana, where I'm a personal trainer. Uh, well, actually, first of all, I'm a doctor of pharmacy, a personal fitness trainer, and a self-defense instructor. And the common theme with all of those is that I help build healthier bodies and minds, one person at a time. And it's just that simple. And I try not to make it any more complex than that. Everybody's journey is different, and just depending on your needs and what you want to achieve, I'm there for you. So basically, that's me in a nutshell. So. Beyond the customized weight programs and the fitness routines uh, and the self-defense instruction, as well as being able to help you with your medical needs, whatever form that might take. Although I am a doctor of pharmacy, and it specializes in pharmacotherapy. I look at the whole picture. So that's the $2.39 summary of what I do. As far as the journey goes, getting set up with my good friend Allegra here, the marketing medulla, that has opened the door for a lot of things. Because I'm the first person to say I do not know anything about business, or actually I did not know anything about business, or being an entrepreneur. I had an idea, and actually I had many ideas, and I still do, but bringing those to fruition, I had no clue as far as how to do that. I actually had to get in touch with somebody who knows what they're doing, to educate me and begin the process. Fortunately, already happen to be good friends with the marketing medulla, so I didn't have to look too far. So uh, that is actually, and I think it's been about 2 years now, maybe a little bit longer. God Almighty, it's kind of hard to keep track, as you get older. But we've been doing this thing for a couple of years now, and I sure enjoyed the journey thus far. There have been some challenges along the way, primarily due to my still having to work a 9 to 5, or an 8 to 8, or a 8 to 7, depending on what the my current employer requires of me. But that has been the primary challenge, having to manage all of that. And then just learning along the way. Again, I'm a scientist, not a business person by nature, so that is what I've had to actually overcome, just my own deficiencies in that area. But I've sure enjoyed the journey thus far. So um, that's pretty much the extent of who I am, what I do, and my involvement with AJCO coaching services. So uh, I guess I'll just leave it at that, and then I'll let
Yeah, but
you.
I want you to elaborate more too, because I don't think people understand that you not only support fitness, right? Like you work out in your home, in the gym. I mean, doctor, I will give you a workout routine for anywhere. You can literally be sitting in your chair, and he will give you a workout routine for you sitting in your chair. He will give you a workout routine for you when you get up in the morning and you're laying in your bed and you just don't, like, you're not ready to jump out the bed yet. He gives you a workout routine for that, working out from the bed. So I just, like, I don't think they know, And then the other part you said was the pharmaceuticals. Like, people are in pain a lot, and they need to know how their meds work with their workout routines. And like when they get into situations, like I've even consulted with you about my own family.
Hmm.
My nana and
Yeah.
my mom, we had back surgery. My nana having dementia. It's like these things are really, really important for us to y'all to have a resource. So you've been my resource and my confidant in that area. So do you want to tell them a little bit about what that looks like when you're building
Oh,
that up in your business? 'Cause that's
oh,
part of the journey
absolutely.
too.
Well, as far as that particular aspect, as far as building up the aspect of medication therapy management, that's been a little bit at the, I wouldn't say, I'm trying to look at the word that's opposite of the forefront, the hind front. I don't know. And if it is not that, let's just pretend that it is, for now. But in all seriousness, yeah, it's something of what I do. It's been. I actually started off. I've been a pharmacist since many years ago. Uh, so when the Earth was still cooling, uh, but I actually decided I wanted to be able to do more. So I got my baccalaureate in pharmacy, and would practice for about 10 years, and decided I want to be able to do more. And that actually required more education on my end. And education is a lifelong process, but I needed to really take it to the next level. So I went back to school and started working through correspondence on my doctorate, which involved at the time finishing up the doctorate required my relocation from Montana to Illinois, the Chicago area specifically, where I spent 8 months, about 8 months, finishing my doctorate, doing my clinical rotations in the Chicagoland area. But about 2 weeks, actually, it wasn't even that long. About a week into that, I discovered that I wasn't nearly as smart as I wanted to be or needed to be. So I decided at that point I was going to apply for a pharmacy practice residency in the Chicago area, and fortunately, I was able to get one with the VA Health Center or VA Health Services and hospitals in Chicago, which at the time involved two locations. One, what was known as the Lakeside location, which was right in downtown Chicago, and one was the West Side VA Hospital and clinics, which were on the western side of Chicago, obviously, and that was where my home base was, but I circled between or cycled between both locations, which was a good thing because I actually was able to spend time at Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago, which was right across the street from the Lakeside VA, where I actually was able to spend a month devoted to pain management as I was on the analgesic dosing team for a month at Northwestern Hospital. So that actually allowed me to practice in one of my areas of interest, pain management. My other areas of interest being infectious diseases, cardiology, and getting back more to what I do in my other arenas, health and human performance. So it was a good fit, for me in general. But aside from being the good fit, it allowed me to just learn the nuts and bolts, just the being a good clinician as far as a clinical pharmacist goes. I was able to not only just focus on drug therapy, but the other things that we need to be aware of, non-drug therapy and common sense type of things. So, and which actually is translated very well over to the other things that I do, as far as the personal training and the self-defense instruction. So it was actually a very good marriage in that regard. But getting back to what you're asking me as far as the things I look at as a pharmacotherapist, I just look at you. Uh, well, there's a lot of things I look at, but primarily it just is centered around a person's knowledge and ability to get the most bang for their buck when taking their medications. So, in that aspect, I've learned to just pick out key pieces of information from a whole bunch of pieces of information that I get from interviewing a patient or a client, depending, they're one and the same when we're talking about medication therapy management because we're getting more into the medical field. But I will ask many of the things that you will be asked when you go to a doctor's visit, as well, and I'll get your blood pressure when I can, and things such as that, your laboratory results, if you have access to those and are able to communicate those to me, I will look at those, and I will look at the whole milieu, more or less, as far as how are we actually, how is your drug therapy affecting this, and are there things that from a laboratory standpoint that perhaps your doctor hasn't caught that I may be able to look at from a pharmacotherapist perspective as opposed to a medical doctor's perspective. So it's just kind of a rosy little, oh, I don't know,
It's like a marriage.
conglomerations. Yeah, yeah. As far as all of my talents go, so to
Yeah.
speak, as far as all the things I look at, and when we're talking things that we do from a non-drug standpoint, like physical exercise or just simple techniques, that one can do to improve their quality of life that doesn't necessarily involve taking medications. So I tend to look at the whole thing, and just being a personal trainer along with that just helps me to do it in a more broader trying to think of the right word, a broader sense as far as how I'm able to accomplish these things for each client, that I help, again, one person at a time.
Yeah, I love what you do. I'll be talking about this in a moment. I want to invite Nisa up because I'm very mindful of time. It's been we're a little over time. We had some technical difficulties, but I want Nisa to come up and also share, guys, where her journey is. Nisa is in the car. Oh gosh, are you on the way to another networking event, ma'am? like, like, are you on your way to get some more money somewhere? Like, what is it?
Oh, hello everybody. You want me to go ahead and introduce myself?
Yeah.
Okay, hello everybody. I am Nisa Shepherd, CEO and founder of Miracle Moments LLC. And Miracle Moments LLC is based off my life where I experienced my first miracle moment at birth with my esophagus and my stomach not connected. That has inspired me to help other individuals discover their miracle moment as well. And the way that I do that is through notarizations. I am a North Carolina notary, PowerPoint presentations, graphics, logos, social media content, event coordinating, and flyers and business cards. And there's a few other things that I do have to offer as well. Yes, and yes, event coordinating. I did help. We did work on the Nine Lives World Tour. So it was amazing. And now I'm also a co-author in 2 books, which is the Winning Women from Trials to Triumph and also the Nine Lives World Tour. And I also have helped publish 3 books. So yeah,
Look, it's
that's
so
a little
funny,
bit about me.
Nisa. It's the confidence for me. It's the confidence
and I will, and I've done been interviewed on podcasts, and I will be beginning to start speaking on stages. So this is just the beginning.
So I love that. And I do want you to share a little bit about your business journey with them because they heard you say this before. I mean, all your channels talk about your birth, the miracle of your birth. All your channels talk about you actually being an influencer slash business owner slash, hey, listen, like I make songs for you. I do the works and I make your miracle moments. Like I create the space for your miracle moment. Right, David? Powerhouse. Powerhouse. So and I do I was actually showing you guys a flyer from an event that Nisa invited me to when she was doing her tour. And that was the long tour. And y'all pushed through that. And then you also took a leap of faith in so many other areas of your life. Let's talk about that real quick. What's your business journey been like?
So literally, my business journey has been very interesting, and I often like to say it's been a journey because I've had some ups and downs, and then also as I'm thinking about it, I've had some areas where I was in my own way and I didn't allow myself um, to be free in this area of entrepreneurship. So like I just recently in July just started my full-time entrepreneurship. And y'all listen, when it happened, I was like, oh my gosh, I was freaking out, but I felt like I was ready. But even in that readiness, I still felt some nervousness. I felt some self-doubt, and I felt some like, uh, are you sure? You think you can really do this? And then I had to remind myself, as I tell other people, you can do all things through Christ that gives you strength. So I had to really take that to myself and like Nisa, you can do all things through Christ that gives you strength. And no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Not what people may think about you, not what the negative thoughts or anything like that, because that don't have nothing to do with me. That has something to do with their insecurities and how they perceive themselves. Because and y'all, I didn't like literally get to this point overnight. It was a process, it was a journey. But even now I'm still growing because just yesterday I got a confirmation on some things that like had me like, oh my Lord, okay, I get it. So even in that, I'm still transitioning in different areas of my business and also in my life. So it's a forever journey. And networking is definitely definitely a part of it. Like Dr. Allegra had said earlier, I went to a networking event yesterday morning, which was really amazing. And I got some content that I'm going to start posting about yesterday that I didn't get to do. But in that, it's just amazing on our journey that you haven't been through before, and you're getting to navigate. It's just amazing.
Yeah, nice. And you're really like you do a lot because I didn't even talk about Win, guys. I didn't talk about her TikTok live. Like I literally am being coached by her on TikTok. Like I follow her instructions. I I make sure every time I turn my TikTok on, I'm like, okay, Nisa said, go get my heart me. She said, claim my points. So I love what you have been able to create, and I'm really excited to be part of that journey. Yeah, hey, Ricole. So Ricole says she's proud of you too. So shout out, okay? I do want to say this, okay? I want you guys to celebrate one win today. So we're gonna just shout out one thing that you feel like you have really accomplished and you want to celebrate with us today. Okay. So I'll start with you, Dr. Al, because and even before we do that, this ball, guys, this ball right here. Okay, it comes with Dr. Al's program. And Dr. Al, you can tell them what this ball is called, but I can tell y'all this. My fiance, every time he sees this ball, he's like, oh, here we go again. Because I'm like, babe, I'm like, it feels so good. And it's good for my before, after workouts. It's good just because I'm stressed. It's good because I just want to feel good. Dr. Al, tell them about the ball because I need them to know.
Well, first of all, I just want to put forth a disclaimer that I don't wish for that ball and Allegra's fiance to be in conflict with one another. Uh, but that being said, it's a lacrosse ball. You can go get it at any sporting goods. Well, I shouldn't say any sporting good shop, but any sporting goods shop that sells lacrosse balls, you should be able to get this. But you don't necessarily have to use a lacrosse ball. It can be a tennis ball. It can be, honestly, it could be a football, or even a Super Ball, just a little Super Ball that you play with as a kid. Basically, what we're doing is we're teaching you how to give yourself a self massage, and what this does, it not only massages your muscles, but all the tissues around your muscles. It's a scientific term called myofascial release. And what this does, this just helps you feel like a king or a queen, basically. At the event that I was at this past weekend in my original hometown of Harleton, Montana, current population about 1,000. Just to give you an idea of where I come from and how many people, or in this case, how few people live there. They actually hosted a marathon there. That came out that started off in the Little Belt Mountains and eventually ended up on Main Street of Harleton, Montana. But during this event, I was able to promote my services, but I actually was able to have people employ this technique upon themselves, and it actually started a few hours even before the event even got started. My lifelong friend from Harleton, Dean Thompson, he was having some back pain, and I said, okay, come on, follow me, Dean. So we walked to his bathroom door, and we shut the door, and we just had him lean with his back against the door, and I put the ball between the door and his back, and I just taught him the techniques, and he looked at me and said, whoa, this was good. So it's something simple. It's not necessarily easy for some people, but it's a simple technique that is absolute gold. Actually, it can be done before and after you work out. It's just something that I employ with darn near everything I do, and it's going to be part of the hip wellness program that's going to be coming out in the near future. But that's another adventure altogether. But yes. Again, I just want to put forth the following disclaimer. Any conflict it puts between you and your significant other, I have no
Oh, womp womp. Okay.
I take no responsibility for that.
It'll
So
always be something. But okay, you're right. So thank you, Dr. Al. Because we do have to get out of here. I do want what's one win that you want to celebrate?
oh, I'd have to say, I haven't had the really home run big win yet, and that's kind of my white whale at this point. But this past weekend, I was able to promote my services, to people didn't know about me, and I think that was probably the most satisfying thing. I guess the win that I had, or at least I sold a couple of books. I'm also the author of Safe Weight Training for Everyone, which is a basic collection of exercises that you can do at the gym. But I think my most satisfying win this weekend was helping a runner that came across the finish line that developed a severe cramp. Uh, and it was like the old Road Runner and Coyote cartoon, where the coyote takes a bunch of earthquake pills, and he reads the label that's it's not effective for road runners, but he tried to feed the road runners these pills. But this fella had a cramp that started off in his knee and then went all the way up his thigh. So I got him off the street, and I got him to the sidewalk, where I just basically rubbed out his cramp. So he was very appreciative. I cannot begin to tell you how appreciative he was, from having a full leg cramp to not having a
I
full leg
bet
cramp.
right there on the spot. So
Yeah.
your first vending event. Let's celebrate this with Dr. Al, guys. So if you're hearing this now on the replay, drop your hearts. Also, I just want to celebrate you too, because
Thank
I
you.
believe that is a big, big step. Some people can't even get on a phone call, or they're like, I don't even want to go on social media. You're like, no, I'm gonna set up a table right in front of the runners, in front of the people who need me, right where they're at, and then I'm going to demonstrate it on them. And especially in a town where there's only like 1,000 people, you got to be improvising, right? So I appreciate that, Dr. Al. Nisa, I want you to come up and she said, we're going to say, way to go, Dr. Al. I want you to tell us, what is your win? Like, I mean, I can talk to them all day about you being the best TikTok coach I have ever been around, because I win every day being on TikTok with you. But yeah, what's the win that you want to celebrate?
Um, oh man, there's so many, but one of the ones is I want to celebrate me talking about my business more, because when I first started with you, I know we talked about I don't talk about my business enough. So I've taken that challenge and I've been really talking about my business more, making myself more visible. Not only that, but I also completed my first event on, was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. I did some pictures at my cousin's women's event, and not only that, I did have my business shirt I had made, and it was amazing. It was really great. So those are two of the many that accomplishments that I want to make. And then I'm gonna just go one more. With Dr. Allegra, she's been doing great on TikTok. Not only that, my sister, who I've also been coaching, and she's with in a community that I'm a part of, and my co-founder, she did her first live on Tuesday. So I'm super proud about that. So these two, no, and then my other co-founder, he's like my beta testing. So with TikTok, so before I can, really launch a program, these are my beta testers that have been doing really great. And not only have one of my co-founders, he has his business TikTok, but also his personal, and he's also becoming more visible and engaging on TikTok, and that's really good. So those are my wins, and as long as I can continue to see my community win, I'm always winning. So I love it.
Listen, you inspire me every time I come around the channel. So thank you for what you do, Nisa. Thank you, Dr. Al, for what you do as well. I really love the fact that you guys have turned what you like really feel passionate about and you feel purpose to do into an actual money generating system. There's no shame in being able to live a freedom lifestyle, right? And you just make money doing what you love. And I think that's really the goal for all of us. I appreciate you guys joining me, guys. These are just our learning circles. We learn from each other's businesses today. These are actual, real in time journeys. So we're not giving you stuff that we're like, oh yeah, we learned this. Like no, we're going through this like right now as we speak. And it's good. It feels good to be able to share that because it's very transparent and it gives you guys an opportunity to connect with us. Because we're all going through your journey. So why not do it together? Before we get off, let me check the chat. Yes, absolutely. Nice. Absolutely. Nysa is like the best student. Dr. Al's an amazing student. Like, we talk about this, right? Being a student is so important, and always learning is so important, right? Because you can do such great things. TikTok, queen of TikTok, Nicole. Oh, Nysa, queen of TikTok. Okay. So we're queen of TikTok. Listen,
Oh wow.
I love it. So guys, we're gonna get out of here. Nysa, any final words before I put you down? Not well, put you down on the stage, off the stage. I'm sorry.
I said thank you so much for this opportunity. It's been really great. And if you guys have YouTube, I do have a music YouTube channel, so go follow that. I dropped 4 videos. I have another one that's coming today. It's pretty much inspirational songs where if you're going through anything, there's some songs that can keep you inspired. So that's what I have.
Thank you so much, Nysa. All right, I'm going to go ahead and say bye for now. It's like the people on the cusp to bye for now. And we will see you next time on the other channels that we love to watch you on. So guys, thank you so much for joining us for our learning circle today. I wanted to do this inside of our Business Mastery membership. Mainly because that's where all of my people are, right? My clients, my partners, and people who have done business with me. But I do want to give you guys an opportunity because we have some glitches over there to actually, join us here on the public stage. So maybe I'll do this on the public stage again because it wasn't working in the group. And you guys can join us, hear the actual journeys that people are going to, right, Nicole, speak it into existence. And I was just manifesting something yesterday. It's not harder than we think. So when we look at the journeys that we're all taking, and we can see that there are some things that we can relate to. I related so much to Nysa saying that it is going to be a forever learning experience. That is so true, and I'm okay with that. I wasn't okay with that a few years back, right? So before we go, all right, I wanted to share something with you guys. Let me see. Dr. Al is messaging me. Oh, he said, please thank everyone for me. Absolutely. Dr. Al says, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. So here's what I want you guys to do, because clarity actually creates confidence, right? So if you looking at how these entrepreneurs have had to get into a space, right? My clients had to get into a space, whether it was with how I send them to SBA or how they go through their process in my programs. There's clarity there, and that breeds confidence. And so we want the same for you, right? For today's actual action step, this is what I'm going to give you guys. It's a challenge, okay? So before the end of the day, I want you to write down one clear, measurable action that you will take this week or even for the next week that will directly move your business forward. Like no fluff, no someday, no, hey, one thing that you can do right now that will move your business forward. Okay. I love the examples today. And this is something where you can actually do one thing that if it works well, put it in a strategy, do it again and again and again, and keep getting the same really good results. So that's where I'm going to land. And I hope you guys tune in next week for another learning circle. I hope that it will be public to you all, but if I get it fixed in the Business Mastery membership, it will only be in the Business Mastery membership. So I will encourage you guys to go ahead and join over there in our Facebook group. That is our community for AJCEO clients and partners, people who have actually learned through their own journey of business. So it's a safe space, right? You want to be around people who are actually going through the journey with you. Just quick shout out to, I see Ricole was on the line. So I always told her that I carried this, this Radiance Essentials baby powder in my purse all the time, right? Look, Ricole, look, y'all don't even understand, right? This stuff right here, and she's going to be at the garden party this weekend. So if you're in Atlanta, you need to stop through and get some of this stuff. But I love how we can actually get into community, and you can even post what you have going on in the Business Mastery membership Facebook group. So if you have offers, if you have actual business launches, if you have questions about business and you're just like, I don't really know where to even go to get this question answered, I don't know who would even know the answer to that. So having a actual area where you can drop a question and we'll find the resource for you. That's what we do in the Business Mastery membership. So I want you guys to join over there. I'll be dropping the link after this is over in the comments for you guys to join the Business Mastery membership. I also have some other things for you guys as well, because if you're looking to advance in your business, not just, learn, then you want to actually work through a coaching experience. I have a few clients that I feature here. Thank you, Ricole. You're amazing too, girl. You're amazing. I'm telling you, this baby powder, baby, is giving me life. But it's always good to have, I'm a very natural person, so I always commend products that really work. If you're a client and your product is not working, I'm going to tell you it's not working, and they're going to work on getting it better. But if it works, and if it's good, it's good. And so we have to really get out of our way as individuals, because that's what we do. And that's what I help my clients do. Just really work on the fine tuning of the business. If you want that up leveling, then you need to get into things like the business, the growth and clarity intensive that we're doing right now. I literally just did a labor sale and only 2 people joined, right? But I knocked down the price immensely. It's like over 85% off the deal. So for those of you who are like, I really can't afford a coach, or I'm not sure, if I have the money, well, you really never have the money if you don't want the actual result. That's just how it is. People buy what they want, right? I've seen people go into Walmart and come out with like $400 worth of groceries, and they're like, oh, I didn't even need all this stuff. So we have to be very mindful that we invest in ourselves. We pay to pay attention. And when you come into my coaching programs, you're going to start getting results that you probably never got before. And that's really what you want. The other side of your fear, the other side of your doubt, of your wondering, of your wishing. And this is what we do. We take action in these programs. So if you're interested, definitely join me. I still have a couple of spots. I'm only taking 25 women for the year. And make sure that you follow my clients and you buy from them, okay? Because at the end of the day, we are here to do business and to make money. You guys have an amazing day. We will see you back here next week. And if you are in the Business Mastery membership, I will see you in there for our next live stream, which I believe we do have a little Q&A on Friday that you guys can join. And we have a couple of challenges that you guys can actually take part in when it comes down to the Business Mastery membership. I think they're posted every single Monday. So guys, join us over there. We love to hear from you and support you in your business. Stay tuned for more. See you later.